Hi guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Peterson, that lady who teaches art, and today we are going to kind of explore the vocabulary behind what we're going to do next so that you understand what these words that I'm saying mean. So you're going to get a worksheet like this. Will you please write your first name, last initial, and then your class. So if you're like in fourth grade, Mrs. DeRosa's, you'll do 4D. Get that on the top of your paper right now. All right, and I know that the teachers in Alta use mono. They have a whole list of spelling words that have mono on them. But sometimes you haven't gotten there by the time that we do this unit. So the prefix mono means one. Would you write that on that line? When I play the game Monopoly, we play until one person owns everything. That's what Monopoly means. Number 2, it says chrome means, and that is actually color. If I think of like the Chromebook logo, it has red, yellow, and green on the outside of the circle and then a blue dot in the middle. And that's based on the meaning of chrome, which is color. I also think of chrome, the shiny metal, and it's so shiny that it reflects all the colors around it. So when we make a monochromatic artwork, it means we're going to use one color. So this artwork that you're going to make, it's a monochromatic landscape. So it's going to be different shades and tints of one color. So like blue, it's going to have white, light blue, like a middle blue, a dark blue, and then go to black. Okay. So tints add white to a color to create a tint. Write those in. White creates a tint. And a shade, I add black to create a shade. Please write those down. And tints and shades confuse me very much, but I just think of like if I put on shades or something that's like a shadow has darker to it, right? So those words are connected. So I use those in my brain to think of shades. Okay, when you're done with that, you are done with your pencil. And now we're going to work down here at our little graphic organizer. For each person in my class, I have a baggie of these oil pastels and I have a wipe. I want you to only take out the color we are working on at the time so that these aren't sitting all over my table because oil pastels are very permanent. If you have long sleeves on, you are going to want to roll up your sleeves and then wear a paint shirt if you have one. Right where it says primary color, we're going to start with red. And if you need to peel your paper a little bit, you can. It looks like I have plenty to use, so that's fine. And then I'm going to just make sure it's clean because once in a while on my wipe, or if you have a paper towel, that'll work too. There will still be color on the outside that we don't want. So in your primary color, you're just going to take your plain color and you are going to color a lot with that primary color. And then on the tints, we're going to color mostly in this one with just a little bit of white that we'll put over top. And then just a little bit in this one. I'm just not pushing very hard. We'll add some white over that to blend that in. Going to my shades, I'm going to use my red and I'm going to push really pretty hard on this one. And then not so hard on this because I'm going to have more black. Okay, so go ahead and do yours like that. So we have a little bit, a medium amount, solid right in the middle, pretty solid, and then kind of ramping back down to like a medium amount. When you're done with that, put your white in the baggie and get ready for the next direction. After that, you're going to take out your white, and mine definitely needs peeling. So if you need to peel one, you just kind of peel the paper off. You can just set that paper on your desk and pick it up at the end of class. And I'm going to clean the tip of my white because mine definitely looks like it has gray all over it. And I'm only going to use white on the tints. So I'm going to use a lot of white in that first one, and it's going to make a really light shade. And then I'm going to use a little bit of white in the next one to make a medium shade. Then I have my more solid color of my red next to that. Clean off the white before you put it back. And then I'm going to take out my black. Mine doesn't look like I need to peel it, but just make sure it's pretty clean. I'm going to add a little bit of black to this one. And then a lot of black to that last one. So much so that it might be hard to tell what color I was using. If it doesn't look very well blended, you can always take your red back out and make that shade darker, smoother, more mixed. And there you go. I should be able to tell that you have 5 different shades. Clean off your red. And we're going to do the same process with the next primary color, which is yellow. When I take out my yellow, I notice right away it's pretty dirty. I'm going to flip my wipe over and find a clean area. Clean off the tip. Mine doesn't have any paper. That's fine if yours doesn't either. When you're putting this on here, you're going to want to kind of stay away from the red. Otherwise, it's going to turn orange and it might get all over your paper. Again, I'm going to put a medium amount right here. And then a less amount right here in the first box because that's going to be mostly white. Over here, I'm going to go pretty solid. And then kind of a medium lesser amount right there. And the last one. Clean off your yellow before you put it back. I like to put them back even if I'm going to take them back out later. Looks like my white's pretty pink, so I need to clean that real good before I put it back. Or before I use it again. All right, so my first one's really white. My second one has some white. Sure, it looks lighter than the one next to it. Clean that off. And then I can take out my black. I'm going to put a little bit of black and then a lot of bit of black. And this yellow may get very overpowered by my black. That's okay. And then if I want to go back and smooth that first shade out, I can add some yellow back in so that it's more of an even shade. Kind of turns greenish on me, which is okay. It's good to know that if you're going to use yellow in your monochromatic landscape, that might happen to you too. Clean that off and clean off your black before we get to your blue. Last one, no surprise here. We're going to do the same thing. Really dark in the middle, nice and solid so I can tell what that primary color is. Do kind of a medium amount in the next box and then a light amount in that last box. Going the other way from our primary color, I'm going to do pretty solid and then again more of a medium amount. Put your blue back in your Ziploc baggie. Start with my white. I'm going to start by cleaning it off. And I always like to start with the lighter so I don't get too much dark on my white right away. Get that light shade nice and blended. And then come to the next one. Make sure that those 2 shades stay different. If you need to go back and hit that second one with more blue, you can. Mine looks okay. You can tell that they're different. Clean off the white before you put it back in the baggie. Get out your black. A little bit of black to that 4th box and then a lot to that last box. Clean that black off. And then if you need to get the blue back out to blend that first shade, just fine. You can even hit that last one a little bit if you need to. And then clean off your wipe, or excuse me, clean up your blue with your wipe. How about that? And then go ahead and put those back in the Ziploc baggie. When we close these up, I'm going to have you zip almost all the way across. Get the air out and then finish zipping. Try not to pop the bags. I like to use these year after year. These will get turned back into me. This paper you get to take with you today. And then the wipe we're going to throw away. If you have any area on your table that needs to be cleaned up, try to find a clean spot on your wipe or get another one from me if you need it. And then throw away any wrappers. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see what you create.